Sadly, I had no 5-star reads in January, and let me tell you why. An Education in Malice was just not my cup of tea. I did not enjoy it in the slightest bit. It was a really weird romance between a teacher and a student, and then randomly vampires were introduced, and it was not for me. And if you like this book, I love that for you, but this was no, like triggered. Then I finally finished all my Chloe Gong work and got to Foul Heart Huntsman, and I did enjoy it, but not as much as Foul Lady Fortune. I think the first one was much better than the second one. This one was a bit too long, maybe like 100 pages too long, but the characters are really, really good. Then Anticipation for Onyx Storm, I did read this book. This was not it. We all know this is not her greatest work. Fourth Wing was definitely better. This was, once again, a little bit too long. At least we get to see good character development in Violet, but that's about it. Then I read this random book that I found in Came Up before I go to sleep. Such a good thriller. I think it's really famous in the UK. I really enjoyed it, except it was a bit predictable ending, but it was really fast-paced, really easy to finish in one sitting. Another book that I finished in basically 1 or 2 days is Beach Read, Emily Henry. Amazing, but not her best. These are the 3 that I've read, and I still think Book Lovers is her best work. I haven't read her new one yet, so I'm very excited to get to that. I faced my fears of not liking it at all, and I finally read this Woven Kingdom. The start I did not like at all, okay? I was a DNF this book for the first like 150 pages. It was so boring. World building, the character development was just not it. I did not feel connected to any sort of characters. Long story short, this was the last book I had with me on holiday, so I just forced myself to read it. I started to really, really enjoy all the characters near the end, and all of a sudden I'm obsessed and I need to read the second book immediately. To round off the month, I did read Onyx Storm. Let's just say that book is also a little bit too long, about 200 pages too long, and I'm not happy that we did not get enough character development between Violet and Xaden. I feel like they're still the same from Fourth Wing, and they haven't actually progressed as characters. I do like where the story's going in terms of magic and fantasy. I think it's a really good plot line. In terms of the romance, I think it's okay. If you've read more romantasy, I've read quite a bit. I think the Guild series is much better by Raven Kennedy. I think there's much better romance in the book. But in terms of the fantasy, I'm very excited to see where we end up in the next few books.